What is up, guys? Fado82, proud to bring you a weekly Rust update video. We are going to take a look as much as possible in this update video. Again, it's some footage from the pre-release server of the beautiful graphics overhaul that is soon going to be making its way into Rust. It's not hitting the main servers this week, guys. Sorry to inform you of that if you're not already aware, but it will likely be the first of next month. It is jaw dropping, eye popping, jizz in your rad pants suit cool. And if you guys are hopping over on the pre-release server, just be sure to avoid that tall grass or approach it with extreme caution. This, guys, is not going to change how Rust is played in terms of the gameplay, so it won't be shaking anything up there, but it will definitely change how Rust is experienced in terms of interacting with the biomes and also with just existing in the biomes. It's going to make Rust feel different. That's something that you can't measure quite the same, but everybody who has experienced this on the pre-release server has said, holy shit, this is awesome. The time of day has been changed. It looks differently now. The moons are brighter. The sun is more pronounced. The biomes are more distinct. The spawn tables in the biomes have been tightened up, so the way that rock clusters form, the way that bushes generate, the way that things happen is more consistent. Forests will have fallen logs. Deserts have cacti, which yield paper and water. And it's really just a fun thing to walk around these landscapes and take it all in. Not that we always have a lot of time to do that in Rust, but this, guys, is just an awesome thing, and I think is one of the coolest things to Rust that really nobody can bitch about. You cannot bitch about this shit on Reddit, guys. You can't do it the way you do with systems in Rust. You can't deny the coolness of the graphics overhaul. Rust is at its core a PvP game. It has been since its inception, and it likely always will be, and this week the PvP and the weapon balancing in Rust has been fine-tuned. The highlights here are that the base damage to any weapon that uses rifle or pistol bullets has been increased across the board. It's relative, so it won't feel like any one weapon's overpowered, but it's going to make it so that you'll kill players quicker with those weapons. In terms of the changes to rifles, the initial damage done by a rifle straight out of the barrel will be less than it was before this patch, and pistols, shotguns, and other close-range weapons retain max damage right out the gate, but there's going to be a greater fall-off with the distance with those weapons, and then the rifles will increase their damage as their distance increases, but the initial damage coming out of the rifles, the AKs, the bolts, is going to be less, so that's something that you guys want to use. I want to definitely make note of if that's part of your PvP playstyle. You might want to use pistols or shotguns at a closer range. Shotguns have received a tighter buckshot spread that's more consistent throughout, so it'll have less variation overall, and that'll make shotguns a better CQB option and overall used. The hollow sight also looks better, guys. There's no more glass it's hard to see through. It's pure reticle all the way. Thanks to Helk on that one, that'll definitely make that a much better item to use. Big thing, guys, this week in Rust is the research table has been added back into the game, the research bench. It's unlocked at level 10. It's also found at monument locations. It's fueled by a new resource called research paper, which is going to be found in barrels, rarely and more commonly found in crates. Items that you use in the research bench will have the success rate directly tied to the item's durability, with a max percentage of 30% if you don't use any additional papers. So if you want to gamble with it, you'll have 30% if it has max durability, and if you add research paper, it will increase those chances of the success. Lower end items only require a few papers, but higher tier items, think of like an AK or C4, would require perhaps dozens of papers. If you research the item, the original one will be destroyed and disappear, and it will generate a number of one-time use blueprints to craft the item. The quantity of the BPs will be based on the rarity of the item itself, and things like ammo will have more that will come out of it than, say, AKs, so that will be something that will make sense, because you would want certainly more ammo than you would AKs. It just makes sense to have that. You can craft the items all at once by hitting a craft all, so you can craft them straight from the blueprints, or you can craft them one at a time. We took a look at the new AR in Rust. It's much closer to reality than we thought. It's been modeled, and this might be right around the corner. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think of this new AR in Rust, and if you think it'll be player craftable or perhaps something that will be found in the landscape. The bone armor has received an iteration here, a progression with a deer helm that we're seeing some more progression on. Really can't wait to see that in the game. Looks awesome. Some mine shafts in the game will soon be modeled. The lighthouse is receiving an overhaul. The player vending machine or economy is on its way. Some really cool information on that in dev blog, guys, so make sure you're checking it out. As always, guys, really had a lot of fun and hope you enjoy. Fado82, peace.